Okay, so I never have to work again. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can be in the exact same position. And it's not that difficult. So let's talk about it. This is the Hey Ed YouTube channel. I am your host, moderator, and all-around nice guy, Edward Anderson. And now, in a video like this, it is important for me to say that I'm not a financial advisor, so do not construe anything that I mention in any of my videos as financial advice. Always do your own research before doing anything with your money. Now, I won't get into my entire background. A lot of you guys already know it, but I worked on Wall Street for an awful long time. So there are many reasons why I don't have to, work anymore, but I'm gonna, focus on, forget the money that I made during those years and that kind of thing. I'm talking about, I want to get right to what everyone can be doing right now to set yourself up so you don't have to work anymore. Now, the mantra on my channel is reduce your exposure to your banks, buy some gold and silver, and establish streams of passive recurring income. And that's what I'm going to focus on, in this video. So, listen, you know the cliche, right? The one thing you cannot ever get back, the one thing you cannot buy is time. Now, unless you're Elon Musk, you probably still need to work to make money to, make a living, right? But Elon Musk is not watching this video. If you are watching Elon, please leave a message in the comment section and say hello. But chances are you're still out there hustling in one form or another, and you're exchanging your time for money. Now, of course, the dream scenario is to get to a point where you no longer have to give up your time in order to make money, in order to make a living. And that's where passive income, comes in. The idea being you want to be in a position where you are making money 24/7 without having to work for it. You're making money, while you're sleeping. And I'm here to tell you that in this day and age, with the advent of the internet and ways to make money online, the advent of modern technology, right? You're in a position where you can make money without having to leave your house and without having really to work for it. Yeah, there's some work, upfront to get that boulder rolling down the hill. But once it gets going, once it picks up momentum, you just sit back and just watch the money come in. And you want to get to the point where you're making money every day, whether you want to or not. Now, on my channel, I talk about, various different topics, quite frankly. But given my background, my focus is on economics and financial, situations. And really, my mission is that I want to give you the benefit of my experience and maybe put you on to ideas that you can benefit from that will help you meet, your particular objectives. So once in a while, I share a program with you that will provide you passive recurring income. I don't do a lot of those videos. I don't give you a lot of those ideas because I'm pretty picky and I want to be careful about what I share with you. Now, no one program is absolutely guaranteed, right? And that's why, frankly, you want to have multiple streams of passive recurring income. Because as good as a program might be, and as much due diligence as you might do, you never know what you don't know. But I think I do a good job of doing a lot of the due diligence for you to increase your chances of being in a really good, solid program that's going to be around for a long, long time. And hopefully forever. Now, the most recent program I showed my audience here was a program called Blockchain Sports. Look, as far as I'm concerned, when I'm looking at new programs or any kind of investment for that matter, there are only two questions I need to be answered. What's the risk and what's in it for me? And my guess is you have the exact same two questions. That's all you really need to know. How the sausage is actually made, yeah, it's kind of useful to know. It's kind of fun to know, but that's not what's really important. What's really important is how much risk are you taking with that program, and how much can you benefit from it? That's it. Now, with any program that you get into, I always give people on my team the same advice. As soon as you get into any kind of program, the first thing you do is de-risk. And if you get into a program early, you're going to be able to de-risk, faster. So my advice always with any program that anybody gets into is first thing you do is you get your original money out. After that, it's free money, right? Even if you don't de-risk completely. Let's say you put, I don't know, $10,000 into a program and you pull 7,000 out. So you don't have all your money out, but you got, but you greatly, de-risked. Whatever your risk tolerance is, I'll let you, decide that on your own. But my, thoughts on the subject is, de-risk as soon as you can. As soon as you do that, you have no more money out of pocket in that situation. And after that, it's just free money, and it lasts for as long as it lasts. Hopefully it lasts, forever. Now, I am part of a group called Limitless. Now, Limitless is a program that's really headed by Susan Bachelder and Brun Blaze. You guys, if you're veterans to my channel, you see me do interviews, and you're going to see them in this video too, by the way. So Limitless, these are a group of elite people who look for really good programs, and they do all the due diligence for us. I mean, listen, you should always do your own due diligence as well. But when you have veterans doing, the heavy lifting, it should give you an added degree of confidence in whatever program, that we bring them. Now Limitless only rolls out like one, maybe two programs a year for people to look at. And the idea is once you're in the Limitless program, you're tied into the blockchain with the program. So if you're a team builder, if anybody on your team gets involved in the next program, they're going to be hard coded to you, so you will continue to get credit for them. So that's another reason why you should be part of the Limitless family. Okay, so we talked about conceptually the importance of establishing streams of passive recurring income so that you can either become financially independent, or at the very least, ease your out-of-pocket, financial burden. So even if you do not become financially independent right away with these programs, at the very least, it should make life easier for you. Now, all the programs that the Limitless crowd brings us, these are programs that you can do either actively, where you recruit other people and build a team, and you make extra money that way off of your downline, or you can just be completely passive and just put your own money into that particular program and not worry about sharing it with other people. But there are some benefits in sharing these programs with other people. Now, again, and on that topic, my advice would be, with any program that you're showing people, that's what you should be doing. You should be showing them to people. Don't try to sell anything. Just share the idea with them, like I'm doing with you here. So this program I'm going to talk to you about here, called Blockchain Sports, I'm not trying to sell you on it, okay? I'm just sharing it with you, and you can do with it, what you want. So what I'm going to do here in a minute is I am going to show you a replay of the video that I did with Brent and Susan talking about the Blockchain Sports program. So as I'm recording this, it is July 19th, and the deadline to get in on this program is August 15th. So we have about 3 weeks, from this recording for you to get involved in this program. After that, you won't be able to get in. And the truth is that after August 15th or so, I'm probably going to take this video down along with all of my other videos related to blockchain sports, because you can't get into it anymore after that. So there's no point in having those videos up. So if this program called Blockchain Sports is something you decide you want to get into, time is not your friend. The window of opportunity is closing on it. So that's why I want to really get this message out. So anybody out there who have not been in it, you got a limited amount of time to get into it. For those of you who are already in it, by the way, and you want to buy some more nodes and increase your exposure to blockchain sports, you too. You only have until August 15th to beef up your participation in the program. Now, in the description below, I'm going to have a couple of links for this program, and one program will be my referral link. So if you're not part of the Hey Ed team already, just click on my link, to sign up. If you're already on my team, all you have to do, well, again, click on my link and it'll sign you up. But if somebody else is showing you this program, make sure you ask for their link and not mine. I mean, I want to respect people's relationships, right? I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So if somebody else is showing you this video, make sure you ask for their link to sign up, and not mine. So again, in a minute here, I'm going to plug in the replay of the video that I did with Brent and Susan. In that video, they talk about the program soup to nuts. So between this introduction and that actual video, we're talking about an hour of your life if you watch the whole thing, soup to nuts. But if this is something that you think you want to do, it's worth investing an hour of your time, even if you sit through it 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. It's worth it to take that hour and kind of soak it in. But let me give you a little bit of a heads up on a couple logistical issues, okay? First of all, if this is a program you think you're going to want to do, this is a blockchain program, right? So you're going to need crypto to get involved with it. So there are a few things you will need. You'll need a Tron wallet if you don't already have one. You'll need to download the Tron wallet. Then you'll need to populate that Tron wallet with USDT, the TRX version of USDT. Remember, USDT has several different, iterations. You're going to want the TRX version of USDT. That's the crypto that you would actually use to buy the actual, levels you can get involved with. You'll also need a little bit of TRX tokens. TRX, that's the Tron token, right? You also need that inside of your Tron wallet. Not a lot, 50 or $100 probably total. That's to cover, network related fees in order to do transactions. Okay, so you'll need a Tron wallet. You'll need some USDT, the TRX version, and you'll need some TRX tokens. Now, there are, instructional videos. I'm going to show you that here in a second that will talk you through, how to sign up. It's really that simple for anybody who has any kind of crypto experience. You have no trouble, signing up. For those of you who don't, it might be a little bit confusing for you to get started with. But for any of you guys out there, if you get confused or if you get stuck, reach out to me. And I'll get on a Zoom call with you and we'll talk you through step by step, what to do. So again, with this blockchain sports passive income program, the deadline to get involved is August 15th, not very far away at all. And this is one of the very few passive income programs that I have been showing to people. Okay, so before we get into the video with Brent and Susan, let me show you something. Okay, right now I'm looking at my YouTube channel, and you'll see that if I scroll down, you can see all the different topics that I cover, on my channel. And this was the last time that I talked about blockchain sports here. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because in the description below this video, you'll see the exact same thing that I'm going to have here. I'm going to have two links. One link will be my referral link, this bottom one here. So you can click on this to sign up for the program. If somebody else is showing you this video, make sure you ask for their link and not mine. So let's say, for example, you're not on my team and you want to sign up. Just click on this link. Now, in this case, I'm already signed up, right? So when you click on that, you get a little different page. But it'll show you, it'll show you the packages, and then you click on the, select the package, and it's very simple. Again, if you get stuck, just reach out to me. Now, the other link in my description will be this Elevation Guild. This is the link for Brent and Susan, and if you click on that, this will take you to Brent and Susan's page, which they did a really good job on their website. And again, you can watch this little introductory video on blockchain sports. Just read all this, and if you think you want to get involved, click on Get Started Now. Now, if you're a member of the Limitless program, if you got involved in the DAISY program or you're already, you can just click on DAISY and take you right to the sign up. If you're a new member, click on a new member and it'll take you through the sign up instructions. Another video. And if you scroll down a little bit more here, you'll see some, step-by-step guide about how to sign up. So again, if you have some crypto experience, this would be very easy stuff for you. It's a very simple program to sign up for you. If you have no crypto, experience and you get stuck on the wording and stuff like that, again, reach out to me and I'll set you up with a Zoom with either me or Brent, and we will literally talk you through step by step. We'll say click here, click there, and get you set up. It won't take you very long. But if you want to save some time ahead of that, just make sure you have your Tron wallet downloaded on your computer and populate your Tron wallet with the USDT and TRX that you want to use to buy the program. So once again, the deadline to sign up for this program is August 15th. And if you're looking for high quality passive income programs, this is right up your alley. And whether you get involved in this program or not, I would still like to have you in the Hey Ed WhatsApp group if you'd like to join. So if you think you'd like to join the Hey Ed WhatsApp group, shoot me an email. My email, again, will be in the description below, and I'll send you a link to join the Hey Ed WhatsApp group. Okay, so now I'm going to replay the entire full presentation of the blockchain sports program. Okay, Charlie, go ahead and roll it.
Always ready for you, Hey Ed. Hey Ed, we're ready.
Hey,
Ed.
I'll do the magic of editing. I'll throw up the chart here of the. There you go.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
Brilliant work, Ed.
Yeah.
And did you speak to them?
No,
Here's the other part of it. So not only is your organization hard coded, it's there when you log in, but you didn't even speak to them, and you had sales and commissions, didn't you?
Everyone's going to that 9 to 5 job, and no one wants to be at that job. They don't have to be. I look at you guys. You're living in Dubai half the time, and if you're not in Dubai, you're in Czechoslovakia or you're in
Somewhere
Belgium.
else.
You're living the life you want. You're living a full life without having to answer. Our freedoms are being attacked on every level, imaginable. And the single best way people can secure their personal freedoms is financially, right? That's the single
Oh yeah,
way to do it.
being an indentured slave and broke is you're far more controllable when you're broke.
And we're out. So now you can let loose with the foul mouth and the dirty jokes.
We
And
know what you're like. You're King of Gordon and you get put
Yeah.
these parts
And you're
in.
going to capture this.
hey, you never know. So this is the Hey Ed YouTube channel. I am your host, moderator, and all-around nice guy, Edward Anderson. Nobody in this presentation are financial advisors, so don't construe anything that we mention in this video as financial advice. Always do your own research before doing anything with your money. Today, I've got two special guests, two very good friends of mine, two superstars in the network marketing and passive income world, Bren and Susan. Hey, Bren, Susan.
Hey, Ed. Happy to be here.
Yeah, cool.
Good to be here.
Yeah, and live from Dubai. You guys are you guys are global. Brendan, Susan. The reason why I wanted to have you back on the channel here is to talk about this new passive income program that we are sharing with people. We did one over the past couple of years called Daisy, which was a phenomenal success, and it's still going. So people on our teams, they have that nice permanent lifetime passive income stream coming in, but that program is closed now. So people who did not get in on that opportunity, they missed their chance of getting in on that one. But not to worry, we have another one with the same theme in mind. The idea being, we think that people should have multiple streams of passive recurring income. And so I wanted to have you on to talk about this new program that we have called Blockchain Sports. So now, first of all, can you tell people the difference between Limitless and Blockchain Sports?
Good place to start. Great question, Ed. So Limitless is the community, the crowdfunding community, which will have multiple crowdfunding projects. And the collaboration or cooperation is with Limitless, the crowdfunding community, which we are part of, and project itself, Blockchain Sports. So what we will be sharing with you today is what Blockchain Sports is, what the crowdfunding is, how you can benefit as a revenue share crowdfunder in the.
Okay, now when I first heard about this new project, which was just announced, very recently, my first thought was sports. What the heck? I mean, we were in. Now I've got a trading background, right? I worked on Wall Street for 30 years, so I've got an affinity for trading centric vehicles. That's why Daisy was fit like a glove for me. Okay, that makes sense. Artificial intelligence plus trading. I got it right away. But I'm not a real big sports guy, frankly. I don't live for Sunday to watch the games, but I am smart enough to know that it is a massive industry. So, but in the end, I don't really need to know how the sausage is made. I mean, let's talk about where the rubber meets the road. All we really want to know essentially is what's the risk and what's in it for me, right? I think that's what essentially most people really want to know on a practical level. Let's talk about the people behind it, get a sense of, is this just a couple of guys at a sports bar dreaming up an idea or what?
No, it definitely isn't. And we'll definitely go to what you'd like us to talk about, but let's just take a quick step back on the point that you made. You're not really a sports guy. And to those of you watching this, you don't have to be into sports or even love football, but there's a knowingness, and I think it's really important that we all have the same perspective from this point onwards. We all know how big sports is. It's a massive industry. And the people, the fans, the athletes themselves, the clubs, all of the organizations that surround it is just such a huge industry that involves so many aspects of it, and a lot of money moves within the industry. So what this project is democratizing that. And instead of the core, Bren describes it best, so maybe we'll pass it over to him, but the core inside people that don't share it with everybody else. Now it's being democratized, the business side of it amongst everyone. So really, you don't have to love the sport, but we all know how big of an industry it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, there's
you don't have to follow football, Ed, but when you realize how many raving fans there are of this sport, that's how we make a lot of passive income because they're a very engaged audience. They'll go to any lengths and spend any amount to get close to the people that they idolize. And not all passive income is created equal. You know, there's a lot of fast passive income that comes and go, but this is a beautiful complementary to our first crowdfunding project, like you mentioned, that's going to continue earning for people. This is a great way to diversify outside the financial markets. Because when we heard this first, we go, how are we going to earn from sport unless we've hundreds of millions of dollars? So like Susan said, all the economic value that's been created in sports industry has been created by athletes, talented, skilled athletes, and the fans. And a small selective group of institutional insiders and elite families have capitalized on that. Whereas now, all of us, we get to bring sports to the masses in a way to connect fans and connect athletes in a way that's never been done before. So, as you're about to learn in this video, Ed and you watching and myself and Susan, we don't have to pick the players, we don't have to love football, but we get to earn from every sport, from every athlete, from everything that ever happens in this company for the lifetime of the company. So it's a long-term play that can pay you passive income literally for decades.
And this is just the foundation. So what Bren was alluding to is this first project with football and blockchain sports is the first. It's infinitely scalable up as far as adding more revenue streams and laterally into other sports. So once the model is launched, created, and successful, it's very repeatable, which is brilliant.
you know,
But sorry, this crowdfunding investing window is not repeatable.
excellent point, because the crowdfunding project goes up until September 1st.
The launch of the blockchain and the first part of the retail side is September 1st, but the crowdfund goes to, I believe it's August 16th, but
Oh,
it's right around that end of the second week into the third week of August is when the crowdfunding ends, or when the targets are reached. So
yeah, because that's a good point, right? Because I do know that this program is hot, it's popular. So these packages that are being offered, they're going quickly. So there's a chance this thing the window might be closed before August 16th, right? I mean,
absolutely.
let's circle back a little bit to the profit sharing element to this. Everyone knows about the ungodly amount of money being made in the sports industry. People, it's very public information. Their favorite soccer star, the bragging rights. Well, he's got $15 million contract. He has a $100 million contract. He has a $500 million contract over the course of his life. The numbers are insane. People don't expect to participate in that and say, well, that I'm never going to see any of that money. But this is a way, the first time I ever heard of a way for the average person to actually be a participant in the revenue sharing in the sports industry, right?
Absolutely. And what's really, it is brilliant. But I guess one point that we should clarify right here, just for anybody that's not aware how the player contracts, transfer contracts, etc. work, what's usually out in the media is the amount that the player gets, that volume of amount, or they definitely don't talk about the business side and the player side, but there is two sides of it. And the reason why that's important is because the revenue share component of it comes from the business side. It does not take anything away from the player. In fact, if anything, what blockchain sports is doing is fostering further growth, more rapid growth, potentially increase the access to greater leagues, greater opportunities, and higher level academies. So it's facilitating, fostering more for the player. It's not taking anything away from the player. It's the business side of the contract that now revenue share will be with those of us that are founders.
Yeah, there are many aspects to this program, and we're not going to have time to go through all of it because I'll lose all of my YouTube viewers. But so we're just kind of laying the groundwork. But in the description below, I am going to have a link to your website where you did a spectacular job putting the highlight videos that cover all the salient points about this program. So everyone watching this, just know that you can go to the link below, click on that link, which will take you to Brandon Susan's presentation on the program that covers every aspect of this program. So just so you know. But I do want to touch a little bit on the blockchain element of this, and why this is, particularly exciting. We live in an incredible time right now, just unbelievable the opportunities that are available to the average person that has never been available before. It's really are in life-changing times, right now. And I don't know if you ever saw this movie. There's a movie called Number One. It's a Charlton Heston movie in 1974. And Charlton Heston played an NFL quarterback, and he's an aging quarterback, right? He was being recruited by an IT company, by a computer company. And they had him in the computer, offices, and they're showing off this brand new computer with all those cards, or the paper cards, and say, yeah, this is the future, and we're going to marry this up with the sports. It's going to analyze, athletes, and it's kind of funny to watch that movie today, because today with blockchain, we go into that in the videos that they're taking all aspects of the sports, and they're somehow digitizing it, and it goes onto the blockchain. And so when people want to access that data, they have to pay the gas fees in the form of the Atla coin, which is really at the center of all this. The Atla coin is being minted, and that's how we make our money. And so, the revenue streams come from a lot more than just contracts. There's a lot of ongoing things that we will never understand, never know about, right?
Absolutely. Before we go into the blockchain, do you think we should go back to the benefits of being a founder and the passive income?
Please. Yeah, we're kind of jumping around here. So this is kind of conversational style. So people are just a fly in the wall of friends talking. So, but
Exactly.
First of all, let's just briefly describe, the problem that's been solved and why blockchain sports is different. First of all, one of the big problems in terms of finding talent in sports, it's kind of in the eye of the beholder, as in it's left up to a scout and maybe his relationship with the player, or what video he decides to watch or leave out. One of the things you may know now, if you've been around Ed's channel for a while, is that one of the benefits of blockchain is transparency. The blockchain, every transaction is fully visible. They have found a way to use the blockchain and use artificial intelligence in the real world, in a real use case, because they're actually using artificial intelligence to find the talent of these players in the academies that they're building. They're literally wearing devices on their body that tracks everything, uploads all of the performance of these athletes in this sport and every future sport to the blockchain for the whole world to see. Why is that valuable? Well, it's very valuable to us, as you're about to learn, but it's very valuable for everyone that wants that kind of data as well. And so all of this information that's uploaded to the blockchain, it needs to be stored somewhere. It needs to, every time it gets viewed or every time it gets bought and sold. So on fans, millions of fans around the world, with 50 famous footballers backing this with their brand and their influence and all of their reach, when they flood to this in September, when it hits the live retail market, people can buy and sell. We've basically tokenized athletes. You've heard of tokenization of all different types of commodities, even real estate. Here, this is the first to tokenize sports. And so people in the retail side will get to own and buy and sell parts of a player as they advance. Literally on the blockchain, they'll see, oh, over the last 3 months, this player has got 30% faster and 30% more endurance. And people start to buy into this player, and it's almost like a leaderboard. Millions of transactions we are going to earn from every transaction that ever takes place. And Ed alluded to a token called the Atla token. During this crowdfunding phase, you have the opportunity to basically be a founding partner of this project and own a piece of the underlying foundation that's required for everything. You're going to own something called a node. That node is going to bring into existence a token that's going to be used by everybody, by the millions of people in the retail side, because it's going to be needed for everything.
Sorry, I was just going to go straight to that. Not only is it going to bring that token into existence, but it's going to validate every one of the transactions.
Should you get in before April 1st, you're also going to be used to store data. I don't know if you realize how big data is. Like a company like Amazon needs a lot of data. They have acres and acres and thousands of square kilometers of server farms. To store all that information, it has to be stored somewhere. You will basically have multiple sources of revenue just from the nodes. So there's two categories, digital rewards and real life rewards. 99.99% of the tokens you see out there in coins, they're all useless, to be honest. They've no intrinsic value. They've no real world value on the other side. All that's happening is somebody is buying it at a higher price than you paid for it. And that's what's driving up the price. Here, we're confident that this token is going to perform well because of the real world application and the demand that's going to be required for this token. But we're not dependent on the value of a token. This isn't a project where if the token does well, you win. If it doesn't, you lose. That's not the case here. It's a sideline benefit if the token does well. But everything we mentioned, every academy, every transaction, everything that happens, every piece of artificial intelligence technology that's patented, we get to earn revenue from all of it. Up to 50% comes back to us as crowdfunders. So you won't know 7 years from now that they're after adding, cycling or tennis or baseball. And all of a sudden you see your passive revenue increase by 20% because another sport's just after going live on blockchain sports. It's called blockchain sports, not blockchain football. So this is going to grow for decades to come. So it's a long-term play. You want to be thinking long-term, not instant riches. We're crowdfunding the development of something here. We're not jumping into a finished product. So it's going to unfold over time, but you have ground floor opportunity and that advantage to get into something that's already valued at $1 billion, by the way. You saw that video, Ed. It's a
Yes.
certified valuation presented in Dubai just from 10 of the aspects of this business.
Wow. I don't know if you guys could see that document, but that's a certified valuation today. Look at this, of $1,434,090 US valuation. Verification with the London certificate of copyright for the intellectual property. And I believe this represents 10 of the projects. Is that right?
Only
10. Look, it includes the Atleta blockchain, the decentralized wallet dApps, blockchain sports ecosystem, brand name, logo, and domain, sports team.
It's already certified to be valued at over $1 billion. So if you don't see the value of getting into $1 billion company at the ground floor, then.
Yeah, exactly. And coordinated with that certified valuation is patent registration of so many of the components, like a long list of the components of the company, including trademark registration and copyright, the authentication and creation architecture of the blockchain itself, the nodes, all of that design is protected by a copyright, which is really important. You need to protect the asset.
Okay, so what we're doing when we acquire these packages, and we are acquiring a certain number of nodes. Now, in the smallest package of $500, you get one node. The next level at $2,000, you get 4 nodes, and then it goes up from there. So and you're getting a number. You're accumulating nodes is what you're buying, and those nodes generate I'm oversimplifying, but they generate the Atlas tokens along the way, right? To all the data work. Okay. So
Absolutely.
Okay, I know I'm kind of I'm trying to dummy proof this for because I'm an idiot myself, so I'm trying to put things in in perspective. So
on that thread, Ed, I'm sorry, but if I may jump in and continue,
please
do a continuation of the simplification. So you already clarified the $500 package has one node, and the $2,000 package. So let's continue on that path. As the packages go up, you have more nodes. And it adds on income streams on both the digital side and the real life side. As Bren mentioned, the differentiation that there's 2 essentially lists of revenue streams. And as you go up in the packages, you have more of all of them, the nodes, the digital revenue streams, and the in real life revenue streams.
Now the levels come, they range from $500 up to $100,000, different levels. And I'll do the magic of editing. I'll throw up the chart here of the okay, there you go.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, boy, this guy's good.
Brilliant work, Ed.
Yeah. But in addition, in addition to now, people can do this either passively or actively. People don't have to be team builders. People can just participate with their own account and make their passive income off of the nodes they have. But there is an opportunity if they want to do some team building. They can get a little extra juice on their income by through referral rewards by having team members under them, right? I want to kind of put an exclamation mark on this next point on that topic. If someone were to bring in at least two people or more at just a $500 level, their personal contribution will be refunded to them at some point. It'll come back to them. So right now I'm at the $2,000 level. I plan on upgrading to the $8,000 level next week, and I'll probably end up doing the $25,000 level. But let's say I did the $100,000 level, and then I recruit just two people, and they come in at $500 each. I'm going to get my $100,000 refunded to me.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a 100% rebate on a crowdfunding investment?
No,
Or
so
really on anything?
No.
There's always a catch.
Yeah. So in effect, I'm going to have a free passive income stream. Now, yeah, I got to put the money in up front, but it's going to come back to me. I've never heard of. I don't know. It's mind boggling. I've never heard of anything like that before. It's one of those. Why the hell would you not do this deals? It's like, right?
Not everybody has a $500 million trading fund with the multi-billion-dollar trading company that we helped crowdfund in the previous project.
To be able to make that happen.
Right. So a little bit on the timing of that, okay? Because I was confused on that point, so I want to make sure that I made a point of it. So let's say someone puts in $2,000 and they have their launch in September and they get going. It's not like they're going to get their $2,000 back on September 2nd. Talk about how that money comes back to them.
So when the crowdfunding is complete at the end of August, middle or the end of August, right around that time frame, 25% of all of the Founders Pack funds that come in will be put into very sustainable, future-proof trading fund, which we've all mentioned the previous successful project here. It's going to go into that fund. And once that reaches 400%, so 25% goes in, once it reaches 400% of that, then all of the qualified founding pack holders will get their 100% rebate. So it's not like there's no timestamp, there's no timeline that can be fixed because it's real true trading. It's at that point that it reaches 400%, then the rebate will happen, and there'll be reporting live in real time, well, updated reporting in the back office. So everyone will know what percentage the fund is at and how close to, so that they can anticipate how close that rebate is coming.
It's worth pointing out that it was a blockchain found company. It's a portion of the capital, the venture capital that's going to them, that's actually being put into trading. So even blockchain sports founders have confidence in the previous project. One thing you mentioned, Ed, I just want to clarify. You mentioned launching in September. Anyone that thinks this is still an idea or, an early stage startup, it's not. A lot of times in crowdfunding, a guy throws up his idea and people back it with their money on crowdfunding sites. This isn't an idea. This has already been in development for 18 months. There's already been $30 million invested and deployed. Me and Susan flew to Brazil in the second week of January to tour one of the facilities, the academies that's already been built. Phenomenal facility. So you get my point. It's already out there. What's happening in September is layering on one of the aspects of the business that's certainly going to send a lot of revenue our way. Now, normally as an entrepreneur, why do people get into entrepreneurship? Well, partly based on their character, but also their vision long term is to build this empire and be able to walk away from it, and it'll continue to earn the money. They'll eventually be able to systemize everything where they can walk away. Well, right now, you have the opportunity to tap into a company that has over 1,000 developers, that has people in every corner of the world working on this, some of the top people in the world. That's one thing the founder is very good at, is recruiting talent we met a lot of the employees. You right now get to basically leapfrog to that end goal, to that end result. This is almost like owning part of this business because you get to tap into the revenue without having to do any of the heavy lifting yourself. Every revenue stream that comes along, you get to earn from it. But right now, you don't have to hire 1,000 developers. You don't have to, fly across the world to open the next academy. This is all going to be happening for you. So you're leveraging all of their intellectual prowess. You're leveraging all of the capital that's been deployed from other people. So it's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, and I do encourage everyone watching this who are interested in it is to take some time, take an hour out of your life, and click on the link below. That'll take you to the Elevation Guild website, Brendan Susan's website, and watch as many of those videos as you can, because you're going to see some very impressive videos talking about every aspect of this program, and it's pretty darn impressive, including at one of the events they had like world-class soccer players on the stage. I mean, like we're talking about brand name
Legends.
right? Legends. So this is not just a couple of guys at a sports bar coming up and like, hey, you want to? No, this has been going on for a while. So from the risk point of view, I know the people involved especially because of my experience with Daisy, our previous crowdfunding project. Knock it out of the park. These are serious people, and the same people are bringing us this crowdfunding project. And by the way, when this one closes, we're going to have another crowdfunding project of some kind. So being in our ecosystem is a way for people to just keep accumulating these passive income streams over the course of time, and
quality income
quality
streams.
stuff. Right. So you guys have done there are so many programs out there and so many of them are rug pulls. You don't know whether they're going to work out, and it's hard to discern. The scamsters, they're good. They're good at making things look legit. So it's hard for the average person to really make a educated decision as to whether a program is good or not. I'm personally very comfortable with anything that the limitless people bring to me, because I know the integrity behind them. I know their professionalism, and I have experience now. I've had 2 years now in Daisy and all the rest of it. I mean, nothing's ever guaranteed in this world. This program, of course, is not guaranteed. We should point that out, but nothing ever is. I guess we have to put that disclaimer in somewhere along, the video. But the idea being that from a risk point of view, I don't want to see a whole lot of risk in this, especially with that added feature of our money coming back to us. Our seed money coming back to us.
The other difference, Ed, and to support where you're going with this in discussing the risk, I think it's worth elaborating on. And one of the key differences is this is not a program.
Exactly.
Like we call it an opportunity because it's an opportunity to invest. It's an opportunity to tap into multiple streams of income and revenue. But opportunity is sometimes used as a program that you can take part in. And this is not at all that. A lot of those that you were describing, Ed, you can't even find the people behind it, or the people behind it are, captured, scripted actors, etc. You don't know the who's who behind it. So I think this is a good moment to just quickly dive into mine and Bren's experience over the last year with founder and CEO, the mind behind, the visionary behind it, and some of his team. We've spent a great deal of time with them. And speaking of people and real people, driven, brilliant, passionate people for this project as a whole and the future of it, it's hard to even come up with the words to describe it. Our last time that we spent time with Dimitri, it was in Brazil. We flew out to Brazil to the first location of the academy, which you'll see in all the videos that it's demonstrated. In fact, the first part of your investment is in that specific academy in Brazil. It was just incredible to see and spend time with him throughout the whole week, how he addressed and spoke with us, how he addressed and spoke with the team. He's all in with everything, everything that he does, and so is his team. In fact, during the 19 months of development, putting the foundation in place, he's got so many committed team members. Bren mentioned how that's one of his master skills, is collecting and surrounding himself around these kind of people, higher level people that are at excellence or striving to excellence. But a lot of them deferred an income. They're not in it for the money. So while the project was being developed, under development, they deferred an income. It's about the future. Talk about long-term perspective, knowing that this is a project that you want to work on.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a business, not a
Yes.
program, not a crypto program. It's a business. Anyone that's questioning if this is real just needs
It's a
has
real
the
life.
light switched on, because go and fly to the academy yourself. So by the way, Saudi Arabia offered $100 million just for one vertical in this
Yes.
business
Yeah.
related to AI.
Say that again. I want the audience to hear that.
Yeah, just one vertical, just one aspect of this business, which is tied into the valuation, which is a game changer by itself, and you haven't even heard about, and it's not even in the slides. That alone, Saudi Arabia offered $100 million just for that. They're going to be holding the World Cup in 2034. They want to start cultivating talent now, a decade in advance. So there's huge demand for this. In terms of those, crypto casinos that come and go, those programs, this isn't even in the same league, in the same world. I mean, this is a real world business that's here to stay. And one of the things, you're assessing risk, Ed, for people that are watching. What is the probability of this company succeeding long term? That's what you need to evaluate. Assess the team that's behind it, their credentials, their past proven track record. Like, we met one of the guys working in this blockchain. He's a genius.
He's actually the architect. He did the architecture
yeah.
of the blockchain and the nodes.
He's worked on VeChain, I think Chainlink, some real top chains that are out there. Also, one major failure component of a lot of businesses is the reach, the ambiguity, not being known, not being heard, the cost of advertising, whatever. Getting exposure for their product is always a big problem for a lot of companies. If it's a physical brick and mortar business, they don't have enough foot traffic coming through the front door to keep the lights on. If it's a physical digital business, they don't have enough people reaching their digital front door, their website homepage, to purchase products. If you take just the 30 players that were on stage in Limitless Dubai, they have a reach of over 150 million people. And their goal is to get to 100 famous players by September.
Whoa.
They're going to have a reach of billions of people that are, and this, do you think this is going to be a hard sale on this audience?
Oh,
These
no.
are people that stand in line for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And climb over
For a signature.
barbed wire fences for a signature. It's a raving rabid fan base already exists. We don't have to create that desire. That desire already exists in this market. We're just coming into this market and injecting something very disruptive that everyone's going to want. So the demand will be incredible. You don't have to worry about how much revenue you're going to be making passively when we've got millions of users flooding into this platform, and we already have the distribution to influence to make that happen.
On the
Okay,
side
now-
of risk, do you think that these legends would put their lifelong reputation and their fan base at risk by being a face and a voice in this? Absolutely not. In fact, they typically, that level of skilled athlete that has reached the level of excellence and notoriety as they have, wouldn't do anything without, a contract agreement locked in place and money up front. These legends that chose to, of course, there's going to be money exchange, but they see the value. They ask, they raise their hand, they come forward, and they wanted to be of the first of the legends. And I'm sure there will be more coming in droves. They wanted to be a part of it. And we didn't even touch on or mention the opinion leaders and political figures that are fully on board with the project.
yeah.
So they wouldn't, none of these people in their position would risk their future own personal revenue and business, let alone respect and reputation.
The government of Brazil opened up access to every football pitch in Brazil for this project so that they could scout for talent.
Yeah, okay. So I got a trick question for you. I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask it.
Curveball.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, the curve. So for those people who are looking at this as a passive income stream for them, how long will it last?
Long into the future, because you own the data. You own a physical asset that is connected to and creating the revenue streams.
Potentially for the rest of their life.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was kind of going for, right? There is no end date for their operations. They
Oh,
This isn't just
when the owner dies, like it's not even the rest of their life. When the owner dies, it's something that you can will pass on to your family. Has a very long future.
it's on the
this
blockchain.
isn't a package. This isn't a package that pays you 2% a day for 70 days.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, and then disappears on day 10. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. No, a point. I mean, that's kind of the point I want to make here. In theory, it should be a lifetime passive income stream for you. If not lifetime, an awful long time. That's the intention behind this. All these programs that we're bringing people, whether first it was Daisy and now this one, these are meant to be long-term, ongoing passive income streams. That's the idea. And we haven't really. There's so much to talk about. We're kind of jumping around a little bit here, but I want to talk a little bit about the idea that this is on the blockchain. And you talked about how your heirs can take over the program because of the blockchain feature. Everyone will access this program through the Tron wallet, just like they did with Daisy. All our programs, I suspect, will be the Tron wallet. But the idea that once it's in your a decentralized wallet, your Tron wallet, and everything features into there, you can just turn over your wallet to your heirs. It's in the will. Say, hey, here are the keywords to my Tron wallet. Have a nice life, and they take over the program, right? Because it's not in their name. The nodes aren't in your name. It's attached to your Tron wallet. So the decentralized nature of this, the blockchain nature of this, is so honest and so transferable that it's just brilliant technology. You want to talk a little bit more about that, how the blockchain really kind of links it. It takes a human element out of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to rely on
it's
humans.
immutable. Yeah, it's immutable. The data can't be moved or skewed. In fact, the smart contracts that connect the user application, the user ID, which is your wallet, into the nodes, the blockchain, etc. The smart contracts in between there are a closed circuit. They're hard coded and can't be adjusted. So, and it's fully transparent. You can see every single transaction.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell people from my experience with Daisy that my rewards and my profits from Daisy just go into my Tron wallet. I don't have to call anybody; it's all automatic. There's no one to call because it's all built in the smart contracts, and so the money just comes in. It's really fun. I got to tell you. Well, every few days I'll log in. Whoa, money, coming in. How'd they make it? I don't know. Who cares? It's just coming in, and now we're gonna have another program doing that for us. Now, as far as what people can expect to make on this, there's no real way of calculating what the passive income stream is going to be, right?
Correct.
Yeah, we just have to have faith
And
that people know what they're doing, they're doing all the right things, and that your nodes are doing what they're supposed to do, and they're just going to generate, in this case, the Atlas tokens. And
the first instance of real world and digital launch is, as you've mentioned a few times, September 1st. So long-term perspective, just like we started this conversation, is absolutely crucial. And that's when you really start seeing things progress and happen and layer on and grow from there.
Yeah, if you're looking for overnight riches, then this may not be for you. This requires patience and a long-term vision, and by all means, do your own due diligence. Just see how solid this company is and why it's going to last for decades. And if you want to put your money to work in something that's going to pay you long after you've retired, then this is for you.
Don't contemplate too long because, again, as we mentioned near the beginning, there's a limited number of packs at each level available. And really that's intentional because they're can only be a certain number of founders and nodes to begin with. And then once those are sold, that's it. And then there will also be a 10% increase on the first of every month, starting on April 1st. Also, until from now until April 1st, all of the founders packs include nodes that also have the data storage, which we mentioned as well.
That's another great point to kind of emphasize. The nodes that are available right now through these packages are buying, that's what's available. That's it. We don't have to worry about more. We don't have to worry about more being created, next year and then diluting our nodes, do we?
No.
There's just a limited
No.
supply. There's limited supply, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Correct.
So when do the nodes start generating revenue? Or when will it start hitting our Tron wallets?
Minting the coins.
Yeah. So when will that minting start?
That minting is scheduled to begin within the next few weeks here.
Oh,
prior
really?
To September 1st. So you will see action before.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Because it has to start preparing because when the retail side launches and everything launches, the minting has to be prepared and ongoing in progress.
I mean, the 4 nodes that I have right now, will they be, what's the word I'm looking?
Minting the tokens.
Yeah. Will they be minting tokens in a couple of weeks?
Yes.
Will those start hitting my wallet, or will they have to wait until after September?
Yeah, you have to wait until afterwards. I believe it's 6 months, and you can really there's a window of time, and the white paper goes into this phase of the tokenomics, and it's not at all on the tip of my tongue. I need to read it for a 6th time probably, but there is release periods that you could go ahead and do it. But as founders holding the nodes, it's in our best interest to hold while the full minting comes in play or the process takes place.
Your nodes, and as your nodes, every transaction that your nodes validate too for many years to come, that will earn you tokens as well. So it's going to be quite powerful.
Okay, but I guess I'm getting that from a practical point of view. There won't be, for lack of a better word, there won't be withdrawable until after September.
No, after the minting, the vesting period, you can just watch them.
Okay.
We're bringing, again, we have to have brought into circulation and brought into existence the token supply that's going to be used by the public retail market. And it'll be just our tokens that is used for 18 months. So that doesn't mean that we can't sell. They have to buy them from someone. They have to buy them from us. But imagine if us as founders get to own the circulating supply that the world is using. That means if they buy them from us, as the demand increases, the price is going to increase right along with it,
The sign-up process, again, in the description below, I'm going to have a link to the Elevation Guild website, Brendan Susan's website, and you guys have a dedicated video about how to sign up. Now, I'm also going to have my referral link in the description below. So if you have a sponsor from other programs, make sure you contact them and get their sign up link. But all relationships inside of the community here will be respected. This is a question I have for you. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I'm not certain. Let's say somebody on my downline in Daisy, maybe they're 5, 6, 10 levels below me. They want to sign up for the program, and they clicked on my link. Let's say they click on my link. They will still fall under the previous person's in the line.
Correct.
Okay, so
yeah, the relationship is hard coded.
Okay, so in terms, so I don't have to worry about ruining friendships by having people use my link.
No, the blockchain is going to maintain all of that integrity. It's all hard coded.
So they can
You're basically just logging into a new website that already knows you, that already knows where you should be.
So anybody out there, go ahead and use my link, and I don't have to worry about ruffling feathers because relationships are going to be respected. But in the video that Brendan and Susan have, and the link below, they dummy proof it. If ever people want to sign up and they get stuck, reach out, send me an email, and we'll get on Zoom with you and talk you through it. It is real easy. But the 2 things you're going to want to know are you're going to need a Tron wallet. If you don't have a Tron wallet yet, get that set up. And if you're in the United States, you're going to need a VPN. If you're in the US and you click on my link and it says, site not available, then it's because you don't have a VPN, you got to open up a VPN, set it to any country other than the US, and then it'll work. So I just wanted to point that out to you because I get that all the time. People get that and see what
And don't you think it's a good idea, Ed, for anyone anywhere in the world, we should all be using a VPN
yeah, oh yeah,
whenever we're entering any sorts of financial institution, assets, investment. We should all be using VPNs.
absolutely. I do. Now, we didn't do a whole lot of official presenting in this video. This is a conversational style because, in the videos in the description below, if they click on your link, we have all those. So you can watch the official presentation. Plus, once a week, at least once a week, and Brendan and Susan do an official presentation. They did one today that I sat in on. So if you want to participate in a live official presentation, and so you can ask your own questions, actually they can go to your site and sign up to get on the mailing list, right? To alert them.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have the webinar set up again, like you were mentioning, to respect relationships and everything. So we have it set up so that it's fully respected. There's none of our links within or any leaders' links within the webinar. So you can feel free to register for that, and then you'll get the link in your email and the reminders every week when we're going live.
So thank you very much, guys, for taking time out of your day. So Ed Anderson, live from Minnesota, along with Brendan Susan, live from Dubai. Thank you very much for joining us. Signing out.
Copy that.